Is Elon Musk trying to bully Twitter? Has Elon Musk developed cold feet? Is he experiencing buyer's remorse? Or is he trying to create drama for the markets, true to his public persona? Or could Musk be negotiating for a better price? In today's video, we're going to give you all the details about Musk's true intentions behind the Twitter deal, and how the billionaire tech entrepreneur is trying to intimidate the microblogging social networking platform. Hello everyone, welcome to Query, where we take you on a roller coaster ride to explore various exciting content. Stay tuned to the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Alright, let's get into it. How did the Musk Twitter saga begin? On April 4th, 2022, Elon Musk announced that he had purchased 9.1% of Twitter. The news that the world's richest man was now the largest shareholder in his preferred social media platform sent the stock price soaring and turned heads all around. Musk immediately set about soliciting suggestions about ways to improve Twitter by, what else, tweeting a poll. The company responded by offering him a board seat, a move that would have restricted him to owning just 15% of the company. At first, he said yes. Then he changed his mind and said no. Little did they know that he had made up his mind to buy the whole thing. On April 14, 2022, Musk announced an offer to pay $54.20 per share to buy the entire stock of the company. Apparently, Twitter wasn't pleased with this offer. In response, on April 15th, Twitter announced a shareholder rights plan, a poison pill to deter Musk from acquiring the company. Later, on April 21st, Musk presented a detailed plan to buy Twitter for $44 billion, an amount which could get him the world's most expensive yacht, priced at $4.8 billion, and even get 10 of those as spares. Importantly, Musk would pay $21 billion of his own funds, which would largely come from the sales of his Tesla stock holdings, and he would further borrow $13 billion against his Tesla holdings. Having seen a concrete financing plan, Twitter's board accepted Musk's offer on April 25th. Details of Musk's plan for Twitter were slim after his deal to buy the tech firm was announced Monday, but the Tesla chief portrays himself as a free speech absolutist. But the privatization of Twitter with Musk as its master has raised concerns from analysts and activists that the site will be capriciously ruled by the world's richest man, with more focus on attention and profit than promoting healthy online conversations, which has been a priority on the service. Syracuse University Assistant Professor of Communications Law Kyla Garrett Wagner said in a recent interview that Musk's takeover of Twitter is not a free speech rights victory. What we have done is put even more power into fewer hands. If Elon Musk decides tomorrow that he wants to shut Twitter down for a week, he can do that. While she might not be entirely incorrect, after it is Elon Musk we're talking about. If he can think of colonizing Mars, then bullying Twitter would not be a big issue. The decision by Twitter's board of directors to accept a takeover bid from Elon Musk means the company thinks the social media company would be best served by the ownership of a man who uses the platform to slime his critics, defy securities laws, and relentlessly hawk cryptocurrencies. His recent controversy added fuel to the fire, as tweets from him engaged with criticism of Twitter employees, despite a promise from the world's richest man to not disparage the company or its representatives while he completes the deal to acquire the social media platform. Musk replied to a Twitter post from the podcast hosts Saga and Jetty, flagging an article claiming Twitter's legal head, Vijaya Gadde, had become emotional during a meeting to discuss the deal. In the post, Jetty referred to God as Twitter's top censorship advocate, in a reference to the company's decision in 2020 to block sharing of a New York Post story about President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. Musk replied, suspending the Twitter account of a major news organization for publishing a truthful story was obviously incredibly inappropriate. His intervention triggered negative tweets from users about God, including one quoted tweet in response stating that she would, quote, go down in history as an appalling person, while other posts called for her to lose her job. Musk also replied to a potential defamatory tweet from the right-wing commentator Mike Cernovich about Twitter's deputy general counsel, Jim Baker, which referred to Baker's work in a previous role at the FBI. Replying, Musk wrote, sounds pretty bad. Looks like Musk can't keep himself away from controversies, can he? Former Twitter CEO Dick Costolo responded to Musk's comments on Twitter, calling out the CEO for bringing about harassment and threats to God. Costolo added, bullying is not leadership. However, it didn't stop him from finalizing a deal to buy the giant social networking platform for a whopping $44 billion. It should have been happily ever after for Twitter and Musk, but on May 17, 2022, Musk expressed concerns that 20% of Twitter accounts are fake, that his offer was based on Twitter's subscriber count being accurate, and that he would not proceed with the deal unless there was proof that fewer than 5% of accounts are fake. Musk's threat made no sense, because his offer was never about the number of subscribers or about the economics of the deal. After all, Twitter's revenues, cash flows, dividends, or profits cannot justify a $44 billion valuation. Besides, Musk never made his calculations based on price per subscriber multiplied by Twitter's subscriber count. His move was primarily about what he wanted to make of Twitter. Or it may have been a vanity purchase, acquiring a modern-day newspaper like many rich people do. If Musk really believed that many Twitter accounts are fake, why did he tweet so often? Musk made so many important announcements on Twitter, including his notorious tweet about taking Tesla private. So what happened since his earlier announcements? In our opinion, two factors changed Musk's mind. First, a meltdown in technology stocks, particularly media stocks, meant that Twitter as a standalone company was no longer as valuable as it was in early January. Second, Tesla's shareholders were shaken by Musk's move. They became worried that Musk would spend his time changing Twitter, instead of paying undivided attention to championing electric vehicles. They must also be worried about their highly indebted CEO, who now plans to sell or pledge Tesla shares to indulge his personal whims. But how did all of this affect Musk's plan to buy Twitter? You would be surprised to know that Tesla's stock fell from $1,091 on April 5th, when Twitter announced Musk's joining of the board of directors, to $728 on May 17th, just before Musk questioned Twitter's subscriber count. This price drop amounts to a $380 billion loss. Musk owns about 175 million shares in Tesla, which means that he personally suffered a $64 billion loss, far exceeding the $44 billion he planned to pay for Twitter. Even though he might be a bit controversial, but Elon Musk is a shrewd businessman and a smart negotiator. After all, one doesn't become the world's richest person by just smoking weed. He now likely realizes that going after Twitter is not worth it, and he has more to lose than gain from this deal. Major investment firm Wedbush Securities wrote on Twitter that Musk's comments would, quote, send this Twitter circus show into a Friday the 13th horror show. Many will view this as Musk using Twitter, filing/spam accounts as a way to get out of this deal in a vastly changing market. Mr. Musk has been vocal about defeating the spam bots, identifying it as a key goal following his planned takeover of the company. Twitter has long faced accusations of not doing enough to address automated fake accounts posting content. In a filing more than 2 weeks ago, Twitter estimated that fake accounts accounted for fewer than 5% of its daily active users during the first 3 months of this year. It cautioned that the figures were based on estimates and could be higher. The bulletproof modern deal agreement now faces one of its biggest tests, as Elon Musk, the Tesla boss and richest person in the world, openly entertains the possibility of ditching his $44 billion deal for Twitter. He's now started laying the groundwork to pull out of the deal. However, it's not easy to simply walk away from a signed deal. While the preliminary merger agreement provides for the possibility of a breakup, it can happen only under specified circumstances. In this situation, Musk must pay $1 billion as a termination fee. In addition, Twitter may, quote, specifically enforce the obligations under the merger agreement, meaning that Twitter can enforce the agreement. Indeed, the Twitter board of directors recently indicated that it intends to pursue this option, including with court action. Now the question is, could Musk walk away for $1 billion? The agreement includes a $1 billion reverse termination fee that Musk would owe if he withdrew from the merger agreement. However, if all other closing conditions are met and the only thing left is for Musk to show up at the closing with his $27.25 in equity, Twitter could seek to make Musk close the deal. This legal concept, known as specific performance, has become a common feature in leveraged buyouts since the financial crisis. Where do we go from here? Twitter stock is trading at 30% discount to Musk's offer price, which means that investors seriously doubt the deal would go through. A protracted legal battle is on the cards. The US Securities and Exchange Commission would become even more cautious in future deals with Musk. It would be interesting to see how this Musk-Twitter saga ends up. What do you think Musk should do here? Should he go on to buy Twitter after having already severed his reputation and suffered huge financial losses? Or should he pay the $1 billion termination fee and move on to what he does best? Let us know in the comment section. That's all in today's video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. See you in the next one. Till then, peace out.